Oh my God, it's really, really warm. Let me see if I can do this vlog part a little bit. So the sun is setting like far away over there. Let me turn the camera, you can see. So the sun is setting. So I came here with my camera to shoot some cinematic shots. So I'm like learning. But anyway, so if you are watching my vlog, I wanted to answer a question. I wanted to answer questions. A couple of people actually asked me this question and I thought, you know what? All right, this is a good question to ask. How much does gear matter? How much does gear matter when you are doing a vlog or when you're trying to open up a YouTube channel or when you're trying to do anything of that sort? I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to get a lot of slack for this, I'm sure. Gear matters a lot when you're getting into YouTube. I'm going to tell you right now, straight up. Gear matters a lot when I'm going to be getting into YouTube. For example, ask yourself a question. I'm sure you have watched a lot of videos where people are saying that, oh, you know what, you should use your cell phone because your cell phone is the best thing you have. This is true, by the way. Your cell phone is the best thing you have. But you notice that they are not shooting that video using their cell phone? You notice that, right? They are actually using maybe anywhere from a 4,000 to I even seen a $9,000 camera setup, and in that video they're basically saying you should use a cell phone because your smartphone is actually very good. You know what? Even I was actually saying the same thing when I first started out, and my first videos, actually my first 50 videos was shot on a cell phone, my smartphone. And I believe that this is very true. You start with what you have. You start with what you have, okay? And the reason why is because during that stage of you starting with what you have, the idea is so that you can see where you are in your cinema journey. Because see, what happens is it's very easy for you. It's very easy for you to start out YouTubing, and because you're so attracted by the gear, you're like, oh, the FX30 cinema, that's it. That is so cool. That is the one that I really need to get. Oh, the FX3, that's nice. Oh, did you see the new Tamron lens? Oh my God, the Tamron lens is absolutely bananas. And this is what happens, is you get really hung up with the gear. And a lot of people are attracted to this YouTubing and making vlogs and all that kind of stuff by looking at the gear. And I think that's perfectly fine. Hey, listen, I was doing exactly the same thing too. So basically what I was doing was I was like, hey, listen, you know what? I really like this camera set. I really like that camera set. And I thought it was fantastic. And it's something that I really, really must do is buy all this camera gear because I think it's really, really wicked. And that's why I'm very attracted into this YouTubing thing. Now I'm using a Sony ZV-1. Now this camera is a great camera. This camera I've had for at least 3 years now. 3 years. Count with me. 1, 2, 3. That's close to, or a little bit more than 1,000 days I've had this camera before getting into the Blackmagic camera. Okay. Now, of course, when I went to the shop, when I got myself the Blackmagic camera, I was also looking at the FX30, FX3. They were very expensive, by the way. And I was like, you know what? These are expensive cameras. But what is the one that I really wanted to go with? And I went with Blackmagic because my way of shooting, my way of storytelling, my way of doing the videos or the movies, the short movies, however you want to say it, my way of doing it, I think the Blackmagic camera actually will allow me, because it's a tool, right? It will allow me to tell my stories so much more better. That's what I feel. And that is the only reason why I got myself the Blackmagic camera, is because I told myself, you know what? Let me put this over here. All right. So I basically went with the Blackmagic camera because I told myself, my style of shooting, like the way I'm shooting, the way I'm doing things, the way I'm framing, I like that cinema approach. So I'm not making movies, but you never know, I might make a movie. But I'm not making movies, but I want my videos. So I just want all my videos to actually feel like movies. Like when you're watching a video of mine, I want you to feel like, oh my God, this is going to be fun. Let me grab a box of popcorn, and then of course, go at it. But that's the reason why I went with Blackmagic. So anyway, so I wanted to shoot things that were a little bit more cinematic. I wanted to shoot videos, but I wanted to approach it like how cinema people would approach it, right? Like if you look at movie people, like the people who make movies, you will see that they approach their mindset, the way they approach their work is very different from how video people do it. Like you see, I'm doing this, I'm just trying to find myself a very good spot. So that way I can actually look at the background, and that way I can actually try to frame the shot, see the lighting if it's okay, my microphone sound is okay, and that's all about it. But if I was doing this in as a cinema way, oh my God, I would not be sweating, because I would prepare myself much better, and then I would press record. So before you buy a camera system, it is much better for you to make videos using your smartphone, just to see where you are. That is important, just to see where you are, because you don't know what is your style. You might think you know what is your style. You might like a lot of filmmakers out there. Maybe you like Scorsese, maybe you like Tarantino, George Lucas, maybe you like all these guys. But it does not mean that you might make a movie that way, because we have this thing inside us, is when we do something, we want to give it our personal touch. That's what we want to do. And that's a wonderful thing, by the way. You should never lose that. You should not make your videos like Tarantino. You should make your videos or your movies like Tarantino, but you emulating, like maybe even better than Tarantino, by the way, in case you want to try it that way. So once you are making videos, what happens is, in the process of making videos, that's when you start realizing certain things about yourself. Because there's so much about you, like a blueprint, like a fingerprint, the DNA of you, that will show up on video, which you probably did not know. Like when I watch my videos, and I'm like, when I watch my videos, I'm like, I made that? That's pretty good, man. How did I do that? Like I have to take down notes, because sometimes I forget what I was doing, It's like you're making this dish and you forgot to write down the recipe, and now you're trying to repeat the dish again and you have no idea how to do it. I don't know if that happened to you, but it happened to me a couple of times. I'm not a perfect cook, but it has happened to me a couple of times. So basically what I'm trying to say is, you need to find you. And the only way to do it is for you to actually make quite a few videos, just to see where you are. And then that way, when you're finished making your videos, then now you ask yourself, all right, now where do I need to go from there? Like I know where I am because I'm making these videos. This is what it is, whether you like it or not. This is the real, true me. But this is not the ending. This is the beginning of me. That means I need to learn. I need to get some skills. I need to think about music, sound effects, lighting, location, framing. I need to think about all these things so that I can make the movie that I want to make. So there's a point where you are and where you need to go. And once you realize that, only then you should go shopping for camera and lenses. Actually, did you know that there's a difference between lenses, in the sense that the lenses that you use for digital work is not the same lenses that you would use for cinema work, by the way? You see, that's something I learned very recently. Is I realized that, oh my God, if I want to shoot cinema or cinema style, I need to go looking for cinema lenses. Who knew? I did not know that. I just thought, oh, just throw any expensive lens on your camera and you should be good. Sorry guys, it doesn't work like that. You need to really understand your gear, because your gear, the camera, the lenses, all this stuff, the camera, the lenses, the lighting effect, all this stuff adds together as a tool for you to tell your story. That's what it is. Now, how do you go out right now when you're starting out and then you buy a camera, a gear, because you don't even know what kind of stuff you're going to shoot? That would be like a waste of money. If you have money to spend, obviously, please knock yourself out. Don't listen to me at all. But my recommendation is give yourself at least 1 month. Shoot maybe 10, 15 videos. If you can't wait for 50, my suggestion is you should shoot 50 videos before you can even start thinking about buying a camera. I bought my Blackmagic camera after 1,000 days. Now that's saying something, because now I know what I need to do what I need to do, like what I need to shoot. Now I know because that's my style. Other people might have different style. Will I ever go and get myself an FX30? Maybe I will, maybe. I don't know. The future is long. I really don't know. But I'm definitely loving my Blackmagic because it's doing what I want it to do, what I want my story to be. That is what it is. And that is the most important thing.